stand in the door. Hey guys, Max and Max's Models here, and this is the first of a little two-part series I'm doing on photographing your models. And today what we're going to talk about is using natural light. Now, of course, it really helps if you have a sunny day, but there's a really big advantage to using natural light over trying to take the photo inside a studio or inside interior lighting. First off, the sun, natural light, has a warmth to it that is really hard to mimic with electronically produced light. You look at these two photographs and you can see very quickly how in natural light the airplane just, well, it looks more natural as opposed to the studio photo on the left, which, although is an excellent photograph, you just don't exactly have that same, for lack of a better word, realistic feel. It looks like it was shot on a studio. And of course, when you shoot indoors, especially if you're adjusting lighting or have a photo box, you do get a lot more control. You can't control the external light. But outside lighting has a way of just getting everywhere evenly. Since you don't have a bulb in the center or even a diffuser that's trying to balance the light's pretty much balanced naturally. It's even everywhere you go. Now, of course, if you're using a cell phone camera or something very simple where you don't have a lot of control over the lens, you have to kind of take what the automatic settings give you, which on a really bright day, it can actually be a bit of a struggle, especially if you have a shiny model. But it does have a way of just really encompassing the entire thing evenly, give it a more realistic feel. And of course, you have the big problem of your shadow. Normally, you don't want to take a photograph into the light, obviously, because the light going into the lens will tend to silhouette the model and not show a lot of detail. You want to have the sun over your back, but of course, it would cast a shadow, which means either shooting it from an angle where your shadow isn't in the picture or covering the model, or backing off enough and trying to zoom in. One quick point on that. It is better to take the photo clearly from a little further back, because not only to get your shadow out of the way, but also it tends to, for depth of field reasons, tends to keep the entire model more in focus. Not so much a problem with a car or a tank, but with airplanes, especially the angle you're taking them on the wingtips, that's such a long area from tip to tip that it can be hard to get the whole thing in focus, especially if you get up close. Normally, either the wingtip is blurry or the fuselage is. You get a little further back, that problem tends to get mitigated somewhat. I just really find that if you have a base that you can put it on, you're going to get a really nice general photo, even if you just put it on a table or something. But finding something to give a uniform background really helps. Another thing you can do is buy these cheap backings, or at least just put a monochrome one color background on it and take the photographs against that, and it tends to turn out very nicely. One of the things that helps, obviously, is if you can put it on a table where you can get lower angles more easily, sitting in a chair or something, at least when you're old like me. But if you do want to just put it on asphalt or something, it still looks pretty good. And to get those down low shots, of course, you have to lay down, which for me is always, laying down's for guaranteed. Getting back up, that's the part that's in question. But I find that when I can, I like to go outside and take natural light photographs. I think they just really look good. And again, it's hard for an artificial light to simulate that warmth. Of course, you put up two lights, one on each side, and sometimes just a basic shop light or something will do, especially if you hang a little something, piece of thinned white tracing or vellum paper over it to help diffuse it. Some people even cut out the bottom of milk jugs and use those as diffusers. But you can get nice lighting on both sides. One thing about external lighting, you will get hard shadows, of the model itself. And we're going to be talking about those when we get to the second series about ways to manipulate your photographs with green screen or background removal. Well, anyway, just some ideas on taking outdoor photos to give it that au naturel look. And if you want to take them in flight, it's probably, if you want to get that really realistic look, it's probably best to hang them from some very thin monofilament line. And I know you guys already know that. So anyway, that's what I have for today. Just thought I would throw that out there, and you guys enjoy your photography of your models. And as always, model on.